it's okay. It won't be like a super formal intro. Hey everyone, blah blah blah. It just talk very casually. Exactly. Nothing serious though.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how many people are gonna watch to begin with. It doesn't really matter. But I know maybe 50 at least will see it when we're not noticing. Let me tell the
Yeah.
chat.
Is it possible to turn on the camera in Discord as well? Because it's easier for me to kind of talk to a face.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out somehow. I
Yeah.
don't even know if I can do that. It's kind of conflicts. So if I click on,
Conflicts.
yeah, it won't let me see.
Well, how do you share your camera usually? So like OBS or something?
I just use the Discord. Sorry, the YouTube sharing thing, but for some reason I'm not able. I don't have the option to not show camera for some reason.
Oh, so it's like very kind of ad hoc. Like
It
no like fancy
sucks.
setup.
Exactly. Let me see. I can try
Yeah.
to figure this out. So if I stop sharing edits, yeah, I don't think I could do it. I don't know why.
Okay. I mean that's fine. I'll just imagine.
Yeah, I'm not that good looking compared to you, so it doesn't really matter much.
No, it's more like it's easier to talk to someone kind of if there's a face, if that makes sense.
So sorry about that. Oh, there's two people.
All good.
Okay, you can pretty much start, but so is that your actual name or what's your real name? I asked.
No, that's my online name. I mean, I'm from, as you can tell from my accent, I'm from Australia, so
You're Australian.
that's kind of where the because Australia is like if you shorten it to, it becomes Australia. That's like the slang kind of
Okay.
Australian language.
If you want, you can open the stream on your site and just you can see me from there if you really want to.
Oh yeah, sure.
It's not the best because you can see yourself. Just crop it as much as you can.
Okay.
I actually thought
this works fine for now.
I actually thought you were German the whole time. Not gonna lie.
Why? What was
the
indicator?
Nothing. I just get the feeling because everyone I get is from Europe. I just assume because you look.
Yeah, you just assume everyone's European.
You look a little bit European. That's just me. But all right.
I mean, yeah. Anyways,
you can go for your introduction and such. Your journey. You can start with there.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I only know 2 languages, so I'm not like as much of a polyglot as Kevin, of course. But yeah, I've just basically specialized in Japanese so far. Started in 2020 with like Duolingo, which of course everyone knows is not that effective. Yeah, and then I think 2020 to 2023, I was kind of just like on and off. Like did some university course as well, but didn't really get anywhere. Because I mean, consistency is like basically the key, right, to getting fluency. Yeah, and then from 2023, I just started doing like Anki, which I've stopped doing, but yeah,
it hurts.
Basically studied daily since then. So that's kind of my rough overview.
You started 2020, so you've been at it for 6 years total.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it 6 years because it's not like, I think for you, you've kind of gone like full on from the start. So,
right. Yeah, same. Well, was there like a time that you're serious? Because I had it off and on from 2018 to 21, but for you, and was there a time that you just thought, from 2020 to maybe 2022, I'm just going to go off and on because Duolingo sucks. So this is the only reason I'm quitting. But you came back and thought, you know what? I'm going to invent an app and I'm just going to fix all my problems.
I mean, the app's kind of a recent thing. Like I don't know. I've been studying for a while, but I guess maybe like more for like motivation wise. Like I initially started Japanese kind of the cliche reasons, like, oh, I want to watch anime in the original language because that's like the raw material or something. But since then I've basically stopped watching anime, so it's kind of like now the motivation's changed a bit.
Okay.
I mean, this is kind of interesting, but like just learning the language itself, like the process is like something I kind of enjoy. Like maybe there's like no end goal. Like I'm not going to use Japanese in like a professional setting, but just like learning it is just interesting.
I just gonna read
Yeah, and
comments like once in
then
a while, but go on, go on.
yeah, and then also just like I never had read like Japanese literature before, but then of course reading a book is like part of getting better in a language. And then I just discovered that like, oh, I like Japanese books as well. So that's kind of like my new motivations.
So basically, you reached your goal and you thought, okay, because I had the same idea. When you reached your goal and now you're just thinking, okay, I have it. Now I'm just like back to
Yeah.
normal, but you're not really at
Mm.
your end goal, right?
What do you mean at your angle?
End goal is, and this is where it ends. Like you don't need to study more because
Oh, no, I mean, yeah, like there's no end goal really.
mhm,
I mean, of course you could say like if I'm able to watch anime now or not, which I would say yes to like,
wow.
I mean, of course I don't understand every word, but like I
But
can enjoy it for the most part. But there's no end goal. It's just like just enjoy the process kind of. And that's a good way to have a mindset about it.
I saw Boss. It is a very long time. So 6 years is insane. Because I imagine throughout the 6 years, you have like this time frame of okay, I need to learn like kanji in like 3 months,
Mm.
or I need to learn this amount of kanji. Because you're in, when did you move to Japan?
I'm not only recently actually. So um only at the start of this year. Like I just had just with my life circumstances, I was able to do a 1 year working holiday.
All
Um
right, okay.
and
So
basically just enjoy living here. Like I don't have to worry about a job or anything. I just chill out kind of.
how long do you have left until you're back?
Um I guess it's kind of dependent on when I want to go back. Like there's no like
Angle.
I don't have to stay for the
Mhm.
full visa period. So at least how it works between Australia and Japan, you stay 6 months to start with, and then you can extend your visa to 12 months. So
12 is the
I can kind of
max.
just decide like I could go back tomorrow basically, and it would be fine.
But
Yeah,
12
12's the
months,
max.
12's the max. But what month are you on right now?
Well, I came in February, so I think
Five
month
months?
5.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I haven't like fully, I'm not like the same as like someone who's lived here for 20 years. Like they would have way more insight,
No, yeah, of
but I can at
course.
least like comment on some things I've experienced.
Like Oriental Pearl. You know,
Oh,
you
is
know who she
that
is.
I don't know. I've seen the channel, but that's it. I can't
Okay.
comment much about it.
Because she like married some Japanese dude, and now she lives in Japan, like fully.
Oh yeah, like permanent resident kind of thing.
Exactly. Now she's like a
Yeah.
saleswoman, I believe, but she still posts YouTube videos. Like I think she posted today about
Mm.
her shocking natives in Japanese. I'm not sure what part of Japan are you at right now?
What part of Japan? Oh, you mean what region? Oh, I'm
Yeah,
just in Tokyo. I mean, that's kind of like,
the
you
main
know.
city.
Yeah, I mean, I actually don't like Tokyo much. Like I've specifically chosen the area of Tokyo where it's like
The-
fits my needs.
Such
Um,
as
such as like more residential kind of like I
uh
don't want to live in like this kind of metropolis kind of area. Like
touristy.
something, yeah, like yeah, I mean, I don't know where you would be able to live where it's like tourists outside your door, but yeah, something more like peaceful and stuff.
Because
Um,
I'll go on.
yeah, yeah, continue. That was it.
Okay, because I imagine when you're in Japan, did you
Mm.
think that before you came to Japan that your level was sufficient enough, or did you think that you need to study a lot more the moment you came to Japan? Okay, I thought, okay, these guys speak
Mm,
way too fast. I need to prepare better next time I come. Or did you think it was easy?
yeah, that's interesting question because I've I guess kind of also what's inspired living here for years. Like I did my first solo trip overseas in 2023 to Japan. So that was kind of like an eye opener of like here's like I don't know something I can experience. And then I've gone back a few times since then. And then each time like well, I think 2023 I was only like N5 level or something. Like it was definitely
Like you
it was
started.
only enough to like
Mhm.
yeah. Well, when I say 6 years before like the 2020 to 2023, I was like
Off and on.
basically made no progress because I wasn't consistent. So I
Mm.
would say like from 2023 onwards, I was like kind of N5, and
Mhm.
then yeah. So at the start, I was like, I can just order, and I was like, okay. I mean, as a tourist, I can get by now. But then, of course, as a tourist, you don't experience like the whole range of what you have to
The,
do in Japan.
the whole picture, like the areas that need Japanese to access the other rural
Mm.
areas, like the anime scenes where you're in the grass field and that no one
Yeah,
speaks
you're in the rice
English.
field.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I haven't done that, but like, I think living here now, like, you really get put to the test of like, can you like answer a phone call, like on the spot and then understand? Because there's no subtitle. Like, you kind of have to like be able to infer what they're saying, or like if you have to go to the city hall, like
mhm.
for those who don't know, the city hall is kind of like, if you change address or like get health insurance, um, you have to be able to explain things and like know what the vocabulary for certain words are. And you don't experience that as a tourist. So I think I only realized now this year that like N1 or N2 is like just scraping by, like
Really?
at least
Okay.
yeah, I mean, because there's a whole nother level, right? I mean, if you think of native speakers, their vocabulary is probably like double or triple an M1 uh, learner. So
Oh,
there's a big gap.
he's saying the phrase double or tripled. And interesting. Okay.
Is that accurate or I don't know?
No, it's pretty
That's
dang
whatever.
accurate. I still claim, like, the FSI,
Mm.
the Foreign Institute. I always claim you get this number, you multiply it by two, and that matches more
Two,
accurately.
okay.
That's just me, but you
Yeah.
said two or three. I thought
Well,
that
I mean, you can only make a range, right? Because some people are more educated, like they might go to university and then they
exactly.
do all these research things. Of course, their vocabulary will be higher. So
And you gotta
yeah,
consider the people that didn't go to school and just the average Joe.
yeah, just did like a part-time job or something. I don't know.
In your
Yeah.
opinion, because you're in Tokyo, the most English spoken part of
Mm.
Japan, do you think that they speak as much English, or is Japanese required, you think, for where you're at?
Um, well, I guess it's interesting because I think like depending on where you are in your level, you get spoken in more with English.
Of
So
course.
far living here, I think maybe there was like one time or something where like there was like I don't know, I couldn't fully understand, and then they changed to English. But then of course if I came here like 3 years ago, people would kind of switch to English more. So I think like people can speak English because like of course there's tourists, but like it's kind of just to get by. Like it's not the default always Japanese, and then if you can't speak, they'll switch, I guess.
All right, question from Neil: is your level enough for daily conversations?
Yeah. I mean, it depends on like when you say daily conversation, it's like to what extent? Because you could maybe the conversation could be like about philosophy or something. I mean, that's not really
Wow.
daily conversation, but
I would like the average, like you said, at a coffee shop with some Japanese person. Like, you ever have those, or is it true they really just are they're so reserved with their small group of friends? It's hard to get in there.
yeah, it's pretty hard. I mean, I don't know what it's like in America or whatever, but like,
It's pretty
I
open
think,
here.
I mean, you could kind of say Japan is just like introverted as a whole. I mean, not fully, but like compared to other countries. So just talking to someone in public is a bit like, oh,
Uh,
just I don't know. Especially if it's like a foreigner, it's like, oh, they don't speak Japanese maybe or something.
okay,
So
the parameters has changed. So, like conversations among friends.
like for daily conversation, like can I do
Yeah,
that? You mean?
daily
Or
conversation
yeah,
with
I mean,
friends.
I guess for some background, I live in a share house, so there's like other Japanese people here as well. So we just randomly talk sometimes, and that's yeah, can get my points across, can understand what they're saying.
So is it
So
is it like a hostel that, like, it's a place that's just cheap to stay in and that everyone is living
mm,
together, or
I mean, I don't know what do you define as a hostel is because I might have a different image in my mind.
I think a hostel is a place that a lot of travelers would stay in because the price is cheaper
Oh,
compared to a hotel, for example.
okay. It's not to that kind of extent. So it's like everyone's here like living as a resident basically.
Okay.
But then I'm living in a share house. I mean, one reason, of course, is cheaper with the rent, but also, I don't know if people know about this, but as a foreigner in Japan, it's really hard to get a lease for an apartment.
Yeah, I heard.
One based on you being a foreigner, and also in my case, I'm only here for 1 year maximum, and
They
then
know. Yeah.
usually the minimum lease is like 2 years. So it's basically a no-go with that.
Do you ever have
Yeah.
plans to stay in Japan, or it's just like a experiment? And do you have a passion and you want to stay there?
No, I think it's just an experiment. It's more like a regret kind of minimization. Like I want to at least do this in my life, so I know if it's something I want to do, I don't know, long term, like as in live in Japan. But I don't think even after living here for a few months, it's not something I would continue long term.
You know, because like PewDiePie, right? He decided to live in Japan and shut
Yeah,
off all his
I thought that was
YouTube.
interesting actually. Like how he finds it better. Like he has his own reasons, I'm sure.
I think because he can afford everything that Japan has. Because I know like the salary's very
Yeah,
little and he has to work many hours, but he
yeah.
has like the funds just to keep living.
He doesn't have to partake in the work culture.
Exactly.
What you're saying, basically.
He's pretty much taking the
Yeah.
full extent of the culture, and he doesn't really have to think much about the expense. I think because he's so successful.
Of course, he doesn't have to think because Japan is also relatively cheap
Oh,
compared
really?
to US and other places. Yeah, it's. I mean,
Oh, yes, definitely.
what's the average rent per month in
Yeah.
US? Like
I,
I don't know, for an apartment or something.
in USD, it's like 2,000. Like if you want an apartment, it's like 2,000 at least. But I'm in California, like
Okay.
the most expensive in the world. Sorry, in most expensive
Yeah.
in the United States. So I chose like the wrong place to spawn at, and
The wrong place to spawn at.
exactly. But
I mean,
it's relatively expensive.
yeah.
Like if I would have a family, it's virtually impossible. So that's why
Yeah.
it's kind of hard for everyone here. Like the birth rates are getting lower. But I know like in Japan, like the birth rate is like infinitely like negative at this
Yeah, it's
point.
even worse. I mean, yeah, that's also one reason I don't want to stay because like I mean if you think of I mean this is kind of more like non-language language learning, but if you think of like everyone's getting older, then the young have to support the old in the
Yeah,
pension scheme. So it's kind of like the big load on the young.
a double
And then
generation.
that doesn't
Oh, sorry, go on.
yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Like, I know they take care of the old and the future kids. Like holy crud, man, that's a lot of stress.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know in
I'm
Asia,
fine in Australia.
so in Australia, you think it's I know like Britain and United States, we have like a similar culture. You think that it's more actually I don't know how to describe it, more westernized in Australia?
Compared to US and Britain.
If you know like how bad the Western is, just because that's all I know is that everyone here is like very open minded. They don't really care about like marriage. Like
Yeah.
everyone's like less conservative. Everyone's having kids before
Oh,
marriage and all that. I don't know how open like Australia is in general. Other
in
than
California or US?
US as a whole, but I technically live in the most liberal part of the US. So my views and opinions might vary,
I see.
but
Yeah.
y-
I would say it's like similar. Like, I mean, the big difference would be like if you're comparing Asia to the West, kind of.
yeah.
So it's harder to compare, I think. And it's all like, I mean, Australia is very multicultural as well. So there's no like specific, everyone is one kind of culture.
That's true. In your opinion, do you think life in Australia is better than your experience so far in Japan?
I think it's a bit nuanced because like I have reasons to stay in Australia and then basically no reason to stay in Japan. Like I don't have a job here. I don't have any partner or family or anything. So that's kind of my
You ever
reasons.
tried dating in Japan for the fun of it?
No, I don't. No need to.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I just know that like the culture in Japan, the dating culture is like interesting, but that's just me. But all right, so back
Different, right?
exactly.
Yeah. Anyways,
Did you
let's go back to.
did you went to any language school or classes when you're younger or throughout the 6 years?
Young. Yeah, I mean, let me think.
Or
I
everything
did 2
self-study?
university courses
Okay.
in 2022, and they were like for the beginner. But I just took the course just to get a free mark because I already knew the content basically. And then I did do language lessons like one-on-one for a decent amount of time, and I would say like that was pretty good, just because I had a teacher to kind of correct me with my speaking. Like my speaking might be like way different now if I didn't have that kind of initial kind of guidance. And also the weekly kind of consistency helps just to like stay motivated.
So
So that's kind of my, yeah.
when was that time that you took one-to-one classes with the teacher?
Basically 2023 onwards, and I've only really stopped it like last year because like that teacher was more geared towards like people earlier on in Japanese.
Yeah.
And then I think as time goes, I didn't really need a teacher as much. Like I could self-study and get by fine.
Oh wow! You basically got to a point that you can do everything yourself, and you can find content yourself. You can read everything or most things, right? You can read books and such.
Yeah, I mean, if I started again, I think I could even do it without any like structured learning, like no textbooks or anything. Like knowing what I know today, which I mean, it's hard to like assume that if you start out. But like, let's say if I'm starting a new language, I kind of know how I would approach it more with like basically no structure, textbooks wise and stuff.
So when did you create your application for learning Japanese?
I guess I started in 2024, kind of more as like, I don't know, an interest. Like I guess kind of the background is like I've tried some other apps, but nothing really suited exactly how I wanted it. And I mean, having programming as like a professional background, I was like, why don't I just make something exactly for myself? So
Fellow programmer.
yeah, and then I kind of started working on it recently as well. Again,
So
yeah. Oh, you're a programmer as well.
I was, but job market got hard, and just.
Yep, I know that. Yeah.
Did you work professionally, and then you just decide, all right, Japan is better than this, I'm gonna head out now?
I mean, yeah, kind of. I mean, yeah, I worked in like big company kind of thing,
Wow.
and then I was like, I might as well do this while I'm young, right? Like, if I have a family or like more obligations, like I probably can't just like go away for a year. I'm like, oh, see you guys later. I'll be back in a year.
So you guys want to come? Yeah, it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
I wish it was that easy sometimes. But,
yeah.
But you created in 2023, but you're still upgrading it up till now, updates and.
Yeah. Oh, end of 2024, and then I mean, I kind of took a break from it, and then now I'm like back at it, kind of.
Would you say most of your contribution to your skill relies on that app, or was it all the self-studying outside of that?
I would say like recently it's been the contributing factor for me, like in terms of progress. But of course, like I haven't used it before I started making it, of course. Yeah, like I think Anki was a big play, and I'm just like studying every day. That's kind of
consistency
the main contributor. Big. Yeah, that's the main thing basically.
Because in my opinion, I think like, okay, you have to spend every day. That's the minimum requirement, but I think the method and the efficiency does count. So how do you tackle like efficiency, and how do you get to your goal faster, for example?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like, I guess for context, I don't study super, super hard. Like I know some people who've studied like 8 hours a day and then they reach N1 in like 2 years or something. Like I'm not to that level, and I'm not like hyper optimizing everything. I guess I hope it's efficient enough. I mean, I aim for like maybe 80% efficiency, and then just like have a system in place where I can stay motivated to study every day. So for me, that kind of looks like just consume content I'm interested in, and then have some kind of like statistics as well. Like at least know I'm making progress, because I mean, of course, of like intermediate plateau, right? Like the concept.
Yeah, I know. From there it's on. Like, yeah, go on.
Yeah, it's like you don't know if you've actually made progress. Because the relative gain of like a few thousand words is harder to detect.
Yeah, that's why it's so important to have like the stats, right? Without stats, you can't look back and say, I make these gains and now I can go further on, because you realize that the intermediate plateau is you just have to do like few times more work than you did for beginner, and you'll get there, right? Or what do you think about the intermediate plateau?
Yeah, I mean, basically what you said. It's like if you're a beginner and you learn 50 words in a week and then 50 words in the next week, It's like, oh, I've just doubled my vocab. But then once you're like, I don't know, 10,000 words or something, it's like, oh, that's going to take another few years to double. It's like a big difference of seeing those gains.
And because I always see like this the charts for the intermediate, that the gap from beginner to intermediate, like 1 and 2, just gets way wider. And I don't think most people know much about that, because they just think if I do the same amount of work at the same amount of time, I should be an intermediate by now, generally. But
Yeah.
I don't think they really think about the actual hard work needed to get past the intermediate plateau. Because
No.
yeah, because like how long do you think it took you to get past the intermediate plateau to the higher levels, like N2, for example?
I guess I can say exactly what level I was at because I did take the JPT officially. So at the start of 2023, I was like, I don't know, maybe late
N5.
N5, which
Yeah.
is kind of like beginner. And then I took the N3, which is kind of, I would say like middle intermediate in 2024.
You skipped
So
N4?
that was, yeah, I mean, I think there's no reason to take the N4 really, unless you want to have like the accountability of like, I've achieved it. But there's no
Okay.
like actual application of the N4. Like you can't use it for like any, I don't know, to get a job, for example, or something. Not that I would need the JLPT for that. But anyways, yeah, so roughly like, I don't know, 2 years or so to get to N3, and then N2 I took last year,
So
end of last year. So, I mean, if you're saying like intermediate plateau to overcome being from N3 to N2, I don't know if that's
yeah,
a reasonable metric.
I think because N2, the gap between N3 and N2 is actually wider compared to you go from
Yeah,
N5 to like N4, N4 to N3, right? It's a lot bigger
exactly.
generally, right?
Exactly, yeah. And even from N2 to N1, which is kind of what I'm in right now, like my initial goal this year, like when I did like my New Year's resolution or whatever they call it, I was like, oh, I should do N1 at the end of the year. And then I'll study like 3 hours a day or something, just in a kind of idealistic mindset. But it's like, no, I'll probably have to do it next year because I don't have the time at the moment to get to that. Because it's like 6,000 words extra or something. Like, basically you have to like, you're not relearning N2 amount of vocabulary, but N2 is 6,000, right? And then N1 is like 10 to 12. So you're kind of like
virtually
doubling.
doubled. Okay.
Yeah, so that's basically it.
Because you know that the European framework, like those A1, A2, B1, B2.
Yeah.
Do you think that an N1 and N2 is more closer to an C1 and C2, or you think it's more of B1, B2? Because that's what I think, that an N1 could be just B2, and then beyond that is what you're mentioning, that you need to go N1 plus to even go beyond like C1, C2 stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not actually familiar with that system, but that's what I've heard. Like N1 is actually not, it's not like the top of, it's not like C3, I would assume is the top.
C2, right? Because everyone says that B2 is like fluent, like you understand majority of things, just not like the super hard topics.
I mean, okay, N1, they do say like you can read newspapers because that's a lot of what the JLPT is based on, the vocabulary wise with the frequency. They say like you can read about like business or like economics and just more complicated things. So I don't know where that sits.
No worries. When you did the JLP test, like JPL, how you say it?
JLPT.
JLPT. Did you do it all
Yeah.
at Australia, or did you actually go to Japan to take it?
Good question. Well, they kind of host it all around the world. I mean, not every country, of course, but
majority.
In Australia, you can take it twice a year. And I assume in Japan it's even more available. But yeah, I'm not gonna buy like one. I'm not gonna spend $1,000 just to go take a test.
Oh, right, the tickets to get to Japan is a big thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, did you fail any of the tests and you had to retake it, or you passed everything on the first try?
I passed. I didn't get full marks, of course. I mean, some people can like say like, oh, I got month 10 or whatever, but
you passed.
Yeah, I passed. Yeah, so that's good, I guess.
So basically, what got you to jump from like N5 to like N3, like for example? Because I heard like N3 is like the minimum requirement to work at Japan, right?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was alluding to before when I said like anything below N3 doesn't have like any practical implication of if you wanted to like have an official certificate. So yeah, N3 is for like part-time jobs. N2 might be for like more, you work in a proper company, or N1 even.
Any company?
Yeah, but from N5 to N3, I mean, so it took 2 years
2 years.
for me.
Okay.
Let me think what I did. I did a lot of Anki, which
You're Anki guy.
I can see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really an Anki guy anymore, actually.
You were.
I've kind of gone back and forth sometimes, which I can talk about if you want later. But yeah, I did Anki. Like, I just grinded out like a kanji deck basically with all like the
Ooh. Okay.
the Joyo kanji. It's like the
2000.
kanji that the high school, yeah, the 2000. Which I did that. It didn't really help after all.
It was pretty painful.
And then I did. Yeah, it was pretty painful. Not much long-term benefit. And then I did like N5, N4, N3 decks, which, I mean, I guess when you're so early on, it's kind of good to have like this very like spoon-fed system. It's like, here's a word, and then here's a sentence, and that's it. But I'd probably do it a little bit different if I was doing it again.
You ever done the Genki books?
Yes. Yes. My when I did the university course, they did Genki 1 and 2.
Genki 1 and 2. Okay.
Oh, so there's 2 textbooks, and it kind of covers like, I would say N5 to mid N4 maybe.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. I think they're good for like if you need the structure and you don't know like how to approach learning. But then if I'm starting a new language, I'm not going to pick up a textbook. I think I'll just like immediately dive into like content or something.
So your opinion, should an average beginner start with Genki, or should they just go on the internet and start using the technology to speed up the process? Complete beginner.
I think it depends on the person. Like, some people are much more self-motivated, where they can just go through like kind of the, I don't know, the friction, I guess, with going through content at such a beginner level, right? Because there's going to be so many new words you see, and if you're not in the mindset to like accept that ambiguity, then I guess something more like structured, like a textbook, could make sense.
What?
Yeah.
So because we both have like a programmer mindset, so are you just like easily just going straight to like technology because that's what we're so used to using, and you think that will help give us a higher chance of learning the language faster? Just using technology.
Yeah. I mean, I think you could still learn like fully physical, if that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen this YouTuber, and his name's Bunski, and basically he's only learned Japanese with like physical media. Like, he doesn't use any apps, and he just has like the physical novel and a paper dictionary beside him, and like he finds the word in the dictionary.
Oh,
I don't know how long it takes him to do, but he's fluent, so it's possible. But I mean,
how many years he spent?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's like native level now. But yeah, at least for me, I like using technology more for like the efficiency gain, in terms of I can just click on a word straight away and get the meaning. I mean, you could say the friction is actually helpful to make you remember a word as well.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of like time gains you can get from just using apps, and I don't know.
Do you know that YouTuber is living in Japan, or he just happened to know Japanese?
I think he's living in Japan right now, but he hasn't lived in Japan the whole 20 years, from what I remember.
He stopped posting, I guess.
Oh, he is posting sometimes, not on a regular schedule, but I think at the moment he's in Japan.
Okay.
But I guess he learned most of his Japanese overseas, which I think is pretty cool.
Wow. Wait, what are your opinions about the AJAC community?
I'm not too involved in it. Like, I just know what the acronym means. It's like what all Japanese all the time.
You got it.
Like, I can understand the motivations, but it's probably not like necessary
to do like 24 hours listening.
Yeah, I mean, it depends how hardcore I guess you are. Like, AJAT seems to be more for like people who are hardcore. Like, maybe they want to reach N1 in like 2 years or something, which I don't. That's not my goal. So, yeah.
What was your goal for learning Japanese?
I guess it was just anime to start with. I mean, that's completely changed now.
Like,
But yeah, anime, and I guess like I traveled. This was yeah, back in 2020. I traveled there twice before, and I had a like small interest. Like, oh, like this country was fun to travel to. Maybe it would be cool if I could speak the next time I go there or something.
how many times have you been in Japan so far?
Let me think. Maybe 7 or 8. I don't know.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah, a lot of it's happened in the past 3 years. So I went once in 2023, once in 2024, twice in 2025, and then of course this year. So
yeah. I know like Mike, Bijou Mike, he's very big on going to Japan too. He might have a similar story, but he
yeah.
just happened to shift from his Mikaku and Otami, I think it was called, to Link. Well, he recently he sent me a message saying he's quitting Link just because there's so many bugs with
Oh,
it, and he's using just
yeah.
full out Mikaku because it seems like it's
Yeah.
making progress for him. But
Okay. That's
actually,
cool.
I'm curious. Like, can you demonstrate your app? Because I'm curious if it actually makes claim that it does a lot of progress, like more than me. I want to know because I want to see how it works.
Okay.
If you don't mind sharing.
Yeah, sure. Let me see if I can share my screen.
Let's see how many people are watching. 0. It's fine. It used to be.
I mean, it's recorded.
Yeah, it's fine. It used to be 3, but I forgot everyone's in Europe. It's 4 a.m. there.
Yeah. Okay. Can you see my screen fine?
Oh, nice. Okay. Looks like an Anki setup so far.
Kind of. I mean, yeah, this is like the Anki widget they all use, but then this is not actually words you mine. It's actually how much time you spend in the language.
Oh, it's a heat graph.
Yeah. So basically, I don't know if the text is too. Do you want me to?
No, I
enlarge?
can see it. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah, but basically, it's like each day it tells you how much you studied. Yeah, I mean, I think time tracked is like the ultimate metric. Like, how many words you mine is less important than how much time you spend in the language.
Oh, definitely for sure.
Yeah.
How do
I guess
you?
maybe I can show like a full kind of workflow of like,
Yeah, I'm
yeah, how would
curious.
you? Yeah, so I mean, the whole premise is like, I mean, I think it's kind of similar to Link. I haven't used it properly, but you import content and then
You go
you
through the
just, I don't
words.
know. Yeah, so let's see. I've got like a discover system. I guess cool thing about it is like it's all community driven.
Well,
As in, if someone imports some content from a website we trust, so like YouTube, for example, it will just get put in here.
I saw a thumbnail that says N6 to N5. Like, there's an N6.
Oh, I
Is that
mean,
clickbait?
according to this video, I guess. Yeah.
I think it's
So let's see.
One Punch Man.
Yeah, that's yeah. So I support Netflix as well.
Do you grab the auto generated subtitles on YouTube? Because I find it's super inaccurate because like the audio would work and then like halfway the text would just disappear. It just cuts out. I don't know if you experienced that because I actually have some of these as well imported, and these are usually the ones that are more consistent, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think it's really annoying, especially when YouTube gives you like, let's say, because you know with Japanese, right? There's a lot of words where it has the same pronunciation, but then the kanji is completely different, and then YouTube might like use a different kanji, and then you just can't look up the word. But then, so basically, the way it works is if the video has manually curated subtitles, it will import those. And it will default to auto, which I mean, that's kind of like the worst case, which I try to avoid.
Just bring a comment real quick. S. Drock Cab Mia, I am watching. All right, we see you, man. We see you. Sorry, go on.
All right, cool. Anyways, yeah. So I guess like, let's say I want to find some content. Maybe there's like, I can filter by content source, so books as well. Yeah, news or
so how about
YouTube.
How about if you were to learn words? How would you learn words?
Yeah, well, like how would I personally learn them, or like?
Yeah, because I know you're targeting like the origin of the word. That's why there's like maximum 10,000 majority.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. Like, I know in Link, each
We,
word is a different
yeah, we hit every
a
possible
different.
form.
Yeah, I guess I can demonstrate what it would be like.
Oh, sure.
So in Link, maybe if you have like two words which are
Nominal.
the same base, right? These would
Yeah,
both be different. Um,
but the
let's see.
system only grabs like the kanji, and it's ignoring all the forms.
Yeah, so my system it figures it's like able to figure out the base of the word.
Uh
And
huh.
so if here, for example, I can use the keyboard shortcut. So like 1, 2, 3, 4 for
Oh,
the
okay.
statuses.
We have it too. Awesome.
Yeah, so if I click 2, you see how they both updated to yellow?
Uh huh. So what are all the
Yeah.
colors?
Yeah, so I don't use numbers, but I just use words. So like if I do red here,
Red.
that's first time seeing it.
Okay.
Learning is
Yellow.
you've seen it before, and then the yellow kind of acts as a way to recall. Like you should try to recall this. Kind of like Anki in a
Oh,
way, right? You
yeah,
got to try
yeah.
to recall the information. And a known is just like
You know
it's a
it.
little bit hand wavy. Like you don't really know a word, right? Because there's so many definitions here. Like how are you gonna know?
Every possible
You,
form.
you kind of just think in your head, okay, I know what this means in various contexts.
Right.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then ignored is more like escape,
Names.
like a fallback. Yeah, like names or like if the pass
English.
is incorrect, which I try to avoid. Or English doesn't get used at all. Um,
Your system filters English out. That's cool.
yes,
That's
if
cool.
I
I need that.
I don't know, ABC blah blah, something like that. And then I mix in Japanese.
It just
Um,
filters the title.
oh, it just doesn't even support it, I guess, because there's not enough Japanese in this text.
Oh, what's the minimum requirement that you put on the system?
There just needs to be like a majority of Japanese text for it to be like
More than English. Oh,
considered
the ratio.
Japanese.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So see, there's like no, I can't look it up.
Mm.
Yeah.
You built this from zero?
Yeah. I mean, I started this like before AI was available. So it's not like one of those apps where like they just code it in one night or something and then yeah.
I still don't understand how that works with Cloud Code, but are you going to
Yeah.
implement any AI to your code, or you just used to what you have now,
Oh, you mean just for like programming
or just whatever to upgrade your current application? Like, do you think AI would
Mm,
improve it, or this is just enough for
mm.
your needs?
I can only think of like maybe 3 scenarios where it would actually be useful. So one, maybe I can get a good example here.
Classic.
This was just a book I was reading. So at the moment, there's only like a static dictionary
Mm-hmm.
entry, but then one area which AI is really good at is like contextual explanation. So maybe there would be a way to like give more explanation of
Details.
the new ones.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Like,
the English doesn't fully describe what it means. It's just like a rough translation.
we get to like the very complicated words that needs more description, right? Not like the words today, tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because I mean some words are very simple, right? Like what's a good example here?
Eats or
I mean imadewa or
imadewa, demo.
boku. Like boku is just like a noun, right? Like there's
Yeah.
no like ambiguity.
It's
But
just a
then
noun. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, it's hard to find a word straight away. I mean, like wa versus ga, right? Like
Yeah.
it's very kind of hand wavy when to use what. And yeah, the definition doesn't really, it kind of explains, but not like fully.
Is this
That
what
makes sense.
is this one of those applications that you would pay to use it, or is just how can someone else use this system?
Yeah, it will be paid because I guess I need to support my livelihood, but there's a free trial.
No worries.
And then
Mhm. Do you have a
yeah,
lot
I'll
of
have
people? Sorry, go on.
at the moment because I've kind of just publicly released it, not properly yet, but yeah, I do have like an early bird discount. So
what are the
well,
price
yeah, it's kind of
ranges?
improving. At the moment, I've got a 50% off, so it's $5 a month on the monthly
Wow.
plan, and then $4 a month on the yearly.
Wait, that's pretty good. You think this is more towards like Anki users, or not really?
Not really. I'm just having 50% off at the moment, kind of for the early stages, because I understand like it's kind of like an app has growing pains when it's first starting out. Of course, it's not going to be as mature, so I'm kind of like, here's, I guess, yeah, for a limited time, basically.
Do you currently have a bit? You have a big users database. Like a lot of people are using this, or you said you just
Um,
released it, so I'm guessing not too.
yeah, I think so far maybe like 20 or 30
Okay,
signed up.
that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
so it's kind of, yeah, I only started it like 2-3 weeks ago.
That's impressive.
Yeah. But anyways, I guess maybe I can show you like a workflow of like
Oh yes,
end to
please.
end.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll just delete this. So let's say like I want to find some content. Like I'm too lazy to search it for myself. I'll just use some content from here. So maybe this, I don't know, YouTube channel. So if I click on it, I mean, I can also sort content by like my level. Like, is it easy or hard? So
Based on known words.
exactly, yeah. So it's all based on what your known words is here, with the comprehension, of course. So yeah, we open the YouTube video and then maybe we can import it. So I've got this browser extension I made recently. I think it works. It's like link importer, maybe. I'm not sure if it's the same.
Very similar. Very similar. I'm more curious about like the reading aspect of it because that's what I'm trying to improve for my
Oh, okay. So you
languages.
wanna know more about the reading workflow than the
Yeah,
listening?
yeah. Reading. I can't get the reading because it's more like link. You find a word you haven't learned yet, you learn it, and as time go by, you move it to known.
Oh,
Right. That's what link and
yeah,
Anki
yeah.
does. But how does the listening work for your system? You want to improve listening comprehension.
Okay, listening comprehension. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is like a YouTube video I imported just now.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just turn the audio off, and then I can just navigate the subtitles. And then if I really want to focus just on listening, I can I can just ignore the subtitles and just listen. And then of course, if there's an unknown word, I'll just look it up, basically.
Does the subtitles on the right side, is there a way for you to look up each word that you don't understand when you're hearing, or okay, you can. Got it.
Yeah. So let's say this, I'll navigate subtitle, and you can replay as well. So I'm just pressing S right now, and that's replaying. But if
Okay.
I look up, it will pause the video, and then when I'm done, I can just click away, and it'll start again.
Okay,
If that
because
makes sense.
yeah, because I use language reactor and they use the same key bindings, like S is to restart, but there's A to go back and D to go to next. But yeah, it seems like it's a very
Yeah, it's the
similar
same as
setup.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is, if I use A and D here, it's doing the same thing.
Honestly, this is something that Link needs is a fusion of like language reactor, what you have here, and like the Link system. So you pretty much solved what Link does not have, but that's a whole
I mean,
different
that was
topic.
not my intention, but I mean,
It
if
works.
that's, yeah, because this is just what I wanted. Like, one reason why I wanted the like video to be viewable directly in this web app is so I can do it on my mobile as well. So I don't know if I can show. This is the same
The
on my
Straya
mobile.
group.
Oh yeah, oops. Yeah.
Wait, what are you trying to
Um,
show me?
See on my, I don't know if you can see on my camera, but
Can you import from your phone and then it update on your web?
yeah, see how this is the same video, right? That I just imported, and it's already like synced on my phone.
Is this?
So
Are you on the browser
yeah.
of the phone, or are you like on the Apple Store or the app, the Android store? I'm not sure what phone you have.
Yeah, I'm on my iPhone, so I kind of have like a makeshift solution for now. I don't know if you're familiar with a PWA,
Oh, new term. You have to explain
new
it.
term.
It's for me. It's a new term.
basically, I'll explain in normal terms. So basically, if a website supports this technology, you can add it to your home screen,
Oh, like a bookmark.
and then it just acts like a regular app, basically.
Yeah, I have that for like notes. I do that right now. Okay, that's pretty useful. So you can study your words on the phone too.
Yeah, so if I mean, I can kind of show a live demo if you want to see. So let's see here. Okay, so can you see?
I
I
can
don't know if
see
you can
it.
see the red word. So
You
let's
might just
say
stop
if
sharing your
I,
screen just so we can see it.
oh yeah, sure.
You'll show your whole camera fully for us.
Sure. Okay. So there's this red word, right? Which is the same on the transcript. If I click known, and so okay, known is there, and then
Wow.
I mean that's okay. That's the first step. And if I go back here,
Watching stream.
let's see, where was the word? I think this was the word, right?
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah. Yeah, it's already updated.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, because there's like this question is not too much related, but how would you study or tackle like the grammar? Because if one form like the base form determines the whole word and there's so many
Yeah.
different forms, how do you learn the other forms?
Yes, good question. And I think this is like a good segue because it's right here and the pop up as well. So
Oh,
two examples here. I was trying to see if there was, if I change this back. Yeah, so this is a good example, right? We have the same base word,
the same base word.
suga deru, right? So there's suga deteta and suga detara, right?
Yes.
But they have different kind of grammar. But the system's able to detect what the grammar's being used as.
Exactly.
So, for example, like tara, right? It's like if, when, kind of. And then the pop-up will tell you exactly what it means.
Mm-hmm.
And then you might wonder, like, okay, what's the difference with this word then? Like, how does the grammar differ?
What?
And then we can check.
Okay, I noticed that there's a bunch of other forms in there. So when you come across one word with different form and you meet the same word with different form, does that form
Yeah.
is it pretty much added to this little box you're pointing at right now? Is that where it goes with the other forms?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, wait, that's actually
So
smart.
I don't know if you can see the text. So there's like a tara, right? Which is the
Yeah.
yeah, so that's what it's detecting basically as the grammar point.
Oh shoot, that's smart.
And then
Wait,
this is theta, which I mean, it translates to these two grammar points. For example, to break it down, we use teru, right, for the casual form, which is what's being used here, and we add the ta with the casual. That's how I learn grammar basically now.
Wait, that's so smart. Okay.
Yeah, and then this is also another cool thing as well. Like, it's more for Japanese or Chinese, but there's a way to like get a rough understanding of the kanji, more for like etymology, like differentiating what words mean. So I guess it's a good example. I came across a good, yeah, this is a good example. So like, it imported as Chinese.
Well, your system has Chinese as well. How many languages does your system support?
Just Japanese, Korean, and Chinese.
The Trinity Force, of course.
Okay. I think it detected as Chinese because it was like
only in, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let me change that.
That's pretty cool though. It could be confusing. You're just importing only kanji.
Yeah, because I mean Japanese never has like only kanji. It's always like a mix. But yeah, so like these two words, right? They have like the same first character. And so you can kind of figure out like what the base, I don't know, the root of the word means, like the origin. So both use this first kanji, which is like to fly or navigate.
Yep.
And then the second character kind of describes like where they're navigating to. So in this case, it's the sky, right? So they're flying. But then in this case, it's the sea. So it's, I don't know, voyage, whatever. That's kind of like the motivation with that.
How did you learn kanji in general?
Oh, I mean, I alluded to earlier, but like I spent like probably 7 or 8 months going through that Anki deck
Oh, so
with the
Anki. Okay.
if I wouldn't do that. I would just do it this way. Like I just
Now.
read a ton and then I figure out these patterns basically. Like I see these two words and then I can kind of figure out what each character means
Okay.
based on how they're used.
Because for this application, so Mike's biggest problem is he wants to import like audio, but sometimes the audio doesn't provide text. Does yours provide any like auto text creation, or is that just something that AI has to exist for your application to make that happen?
Are you saying like if you input an MP3 and then you want to yeah, that's an AI thing, I think.
Yeah, because Link pretty much tried to do it and it failed for Mike, so he pretty much gave up because that's one reason.
Okay. I see. I mean, I do want to. I mentioned before there was like 3 use cases I saw with AI. One was like the contextual lookup within the sentence. Second was automatic subtitle generation. So you mentioned like YouTube sometimes has like incorrect subtitles. So basically, which is basically what Mike is saying, you would have your audio and you get a more accurate subtitle.
Because of YouTube auto creation, it just doesn't align with the voice, or it is aligned, but the CC cuts off at a certain parts just for some. I don't even tried it; it just cuts off for some reason.
It's really annoying, yeah. So that's the second, and then the third use case would be text to speech. So maybe like you kind of treat a book as an audio book then. So I could like press play and then treat this as listening and reading practice at the same time. So basically, yeah, that's kind of it.
So would your application work for what kind of content? Like YouTube imports and then manga or
Netflix
too?
Manga not yet. Oh yeah, Netflix, but only the transcripts because you can't
get the whole audio.
You can't include the video, of course.
Copyright.
Yeah, so copyright. YouTube, Netflix. We could also try a news website.
The news definitely.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really good website. If anyone's learning Japanese, it's really good for
reading
beginners.
and such. Okay.
Yeah, so it works with any text-based website as well. And then EPUBs like books. Plain text. I can check here, right? So we got also PDF subtitle files. Yeah.
Okay, because like on Link, for sometimes we have like some random singular particle, and that somehow doesn't make sense for certain words. Does your system just knows, okay, this particle belongs with this rule because it makes sense? Or not sure how I explain. How does your system determine?
Maybe you can give a concrete example.
Yeah,
so I can try it out.
I might just have to ask, give you a sample next time. I can't think off right off the bat, like out of will.
Are you saying like the parser doesn't pick up the particle, or
like we import from YouTube because sometimes some people just get confused on Link because our parsing system is pretty bad for Japanese, and I just don't really understand because I just see it and I try to learn it what it is, but people are very strict with, okay, this doesn't make sense. Is this a particle? Is this a rule? What the heck is this word or thing? That's just what they're complaining about. Exactly.
Yeah, there's like I've had very few cases where I'm like, this seems incorrect. With the parser, like a lot of basically every word is kind of separated into its own like
isolated
constituent kind of isolated. Like you won't see like a particle and a noun together because that doesn't make sense as a word.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's answers or not.
You might have to send the application. I might just give it to Mike and say, hey, Mike, this guy created something that solved the links issue, but it might not have your automatic text generator. We import audio, but it does.
I mean, that's a future feature, like not at the moment.
Yeah, but the thing is, you have the listening thing integrated into this. So that's what Link can't do right now. So that's pretty
and it's on mobile as well. Yeah.
Shoot. Okay.
Anything else? I mean, there's a dictionary, which is like it's more for my personal use case. So because I'm living in Japan, I want to look up words I see, kind of. If I might see a sign and I want to look it up.
Is there a time you don't know how to type the furigani or
Furigana?
furigana? I don't even know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, sometimes if it's like a kanji I've never seen before, but if I've seen it, I can kind of piece together. It's like I've seen this kanji, I know how to pronounce sometimes, and then I
Sometimes.
can kind of use that to search it up.
Oh, what kind of
Um,
keyboard do you use? Do you use like the like in Japanese they have like the center and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 like surrounding it, and then there's
oh,
people type in like English. Like I do. I do the English because I'm so used to it.
yeah, I do English as well. So if I type in my like taberu, it would type this out just
Tabaru.
like now.
Okay, yeah.
Which is I think that's the most natural, right? Like because
For us,
we're so used to typing in English. It's just the fastest.
I know because I know the Japanese they mastered how to do like shortcuts with the shorter keyboard.
Yeah.
Because I thought you've been learning for so long. I thought you adapted naturally and just give up English because you thought I've seen
No, no.
hiragana, katakana so many times because the words can get very very long and each katakana hiragana comes with like
Mm,
2 letters, so it does speed up just barely,
yeah.
but
Yeah, I mean, I could probably learn it, but like there's so much muscle memory with like touch
mm,
typing that it's just going to be faster for like, and I don't need to type a lot in Japanese anyway, so there's not too much use case
mhm.
for me.
How often do you really look at a science? I don't know that word. I'm gonna look it up right at the spot.
Um, I would say like most of the time, and then sometimes I can just piece together what it means from the context. Like I've seen the kanji before, and I can see the sign. Like there's so much context in the physical world, and I'm like, okay, I can kind of get an idea, I guess. Um,
Interesting.
yeah.
Is there anything else about this
Um,
application you want to show? Otherwise, we just continue going back to
yeah.
seeing your
I was
great.
just going to mention there's
Mhm.
also flashcards if anyone uses that.
You have none.
Yeah, oh, I do flashcards. I just don't have any due right now.
You're that good. Got it.
No, I just study them. I mean, I only had like 5 new words a day. Like it's very minimal.
Because you
I
hit
don't use
almost
it like super
everything,
hardcore.
pretty much.
Yeah.
You-
Anyways, that's enough of demoing.
Oh yeah, you definitely gotta give me that link because I might just introduce it to Mike if he wants to try because there's a free trial. Like, how long is that free trial for?
Yeah, at the moment 7 days, and then I'm kind of like, if you give good feedback, I'll extend the trial. This is kind of like a goodwill thing.
If Mike wants to try it, then I
While
think
the app is too early on.
he'll be the perfect test. He is a celebrity, so okay.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, the biggest,
Yeah.
best, the most important question: do you study grammar, and how do you tackle the grammar system as an English speaker?
Uh,
Yeah, best
let
question.
me think. I mean, at the moment, I don't study grammar like super consciously. Like I don't have like a textbook and I go through all the grammar points,
Mm,
make notes. Like that's not the extent. So, for example, recently I learned a new grammar point, which is like I won't explain what it is, but basically, um, I just saw what it meant in the pop-up in
mm,
my while I'm using the app, and I just got a rough idea what it meant from that. And
mm.
then from repeated exposure, I'll get a better idea
So
through reading.
in your opinion, you don't need to study grammar directly just because you see it so many times. It will naturally become part of you. That makes sense.
Yes, I think I think at least studying like a little bit for that grammar point just to get like a seed in your head of like
Mm.
here's what it should mean, and then through exposure I'll get a more like holistic view over time.
So basically, like if you really can't grasp this certain concept, you just like look it up real quick and close the book, right?
Yeah, basically.
I feel happy. I don't study grammar. I don't study grammar.
Yeah, what's your kind of mindset with grammar?
Oh, to be fair, because I tackle okay, Mandarin is considered a hard language, but the ideal part is that it has the same, like almost exact as English, so I could get away with just replacing English with the Mandarin.
Mm,
So, but
yeah.
Chinese, sorry, with Japanese and Korean, that requires more precise placement of certain words, and I just can't
Mm,
get away with it as much as I can. But based on what you're saying, is that I just have to see the word more often in this case. That's all. Because eventually, you put two words together, it becomes meaning, right? Like two or three, then bam, it's a
Yeah.
meaning.
I mean, I would say the biggest example of like something you can't learn through like explicit study, like textbook, is like some of the particles in Japanese. Like if you were to ask me like what's the difference between wa and ga,
Oh
it's like I
hell
can't
no,
explain, but I kind of have an intuitive sense of when I should use which one.
subconscious.
So that's kind of what I was leaning into. Like you can only get a holistic view through lots of exposure.
I know, because like there's
But as a beginner, I
mhm,
guess I guess it's fair to do some small grammar study, kind of as a guide.
for a test.
But yeah, that as well. I wouldn't go super hardcore on it though. It's
because
possible.
because people that push themselves to do the test earlier, I think they tend to go to the grammar books as soon as possible, just because they have the
Mm,
actual pressure. But for you, did you have any pressure to take the test, or you just thought, okay, a few years later, I should just take the test for fun because you want to?
mm. Yeah, it's all for fun. So I don't have any like I have to do this to get like I'm becoming a translator. I need to get GLPT N1. It's not like that. Um, it's more like I set up a date. So for example, let's say I apply for the JLPT end of year and it's like July. It's like, okay,
July.
now I have 5 months or so to like study every day. So it's kind of like forcing me to study or like
Mm-hmm.
as a, I don't know, motivational habit. That's basically it.
Oh, to be
But uh,
go on.
yeah.
No, go on, go on.
Oh, I have a funny thing I heard from one of my friends. So he said like there's some Chinese students who they go from N5 to N2 in like 6 months. And I was like, how is that possible? And
Kanji.
then he said, yeah, kanji, that's the main thing. But
Yeah.
also they just study the test format. They don't study any proper Japanese.
What?
And I thought that was pretty interesting. They're just like, I just need to pass this test so I can do this next thing or something, which requires the JLPT.
Yeah, because in China they
Yeah.
have something called the Gaokao, and they hyper focus on very specific topics. Like they want to tackle this directly, so you pretty much only study that, even if it has an
Mm,
implication of life. So because I think for them, they have the advantage they have kanji right off the bat, and two is that they know how to hyper focus on like the certain concept just to pass the test. Because all they do is pass the test, but it might not have any meaning later because it like how often you're gonna use calculus 2 or physics 2, really.
yeah. They just cram all the knowledge and then like
Short-term
they
memory.
try to speak to someone and it's like, oh, I can't speak.
Great. All right, just a day like a week later, bam, forgot. Just don't ask me because the test is done.
Yeah. Yeah. What's Japanese, right? I forgot.
But overall, do you think that if you were to, for example, be placed in part of Japan that only speaks Japanese, can you generally just survive for like at least like few months, like 3 or 6 months? That's my question.
I mean, I would say yes because I haven't had to speak English so far
Only
with Japanese people.
Japanese.
So yeah. So I guess that's maybe the test, the
Oh,
litmus test.
okay,
Yeah.
how does the average conversation go with an average Japanese person? You go up to them because they see you as a white guy naturally. They just assume,
Yeah.
oh God, he's gonna speak English to me. But you just
Yeah.
throw
I'm,
the
I'm
Japanese.
horrified.
So you pretty much throw the Japanese, and they pretty much say like Nihongo sugoi or something like that, right? They just say Japanese so good.
Um, well, I'm introverted myself, so I don't really approach people. And I also understand the cultural
Restaurants.
nuance of like you
Mhm.
don't just randomly talk to people in public in Japan.
Mm.
Um, how do I say?
Such
As for
such
like Nihongo Jozu, it only happens sometimes.
Nihongo
I actually
Jozu.
feel like it's sometimes it can actually be an anti-compliment. Like they're more likely to say it if you say a few words
That's
as
all
a
you
tourist,
need.
like,
Yeah.
oh, arigato gozaimasu. And they'll say that kind of.
But
It's like the opposite effect.
have you ever just sit at a restaurant and then like a restaurant owner might talk to you a little bit and then you just speak to them casually in a conversation? Like ever?
Uh,
Conversation that goes
I
beyond like 5 dialogues of a sentence.
Yes, I'm trying to think of like times when that happened, which is not often, but yeah, I was at this random bar a few months ago, and then we just started talking about
Okay.
language stuff, and then yeah, that was all fine.
Language stuff, as in they ask you, how do you get your Japanese to be this good? That kind of question.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, how did you study?"
Yeah, of
And
course.
then I told them it was like an old guy. I told him like, "Oh, Duolingo," and he's like, "I don't know," and he had to search it up. But that's funny.
I think Duolingo was an
He's like, "Oh,
American
it's a
thing.
Greenberg."
Yeah, I think it's a
Yeah, but
Western
it's
thing.
also it is popular in Japan. Like I did see on the train once there was an advert for Duolingo.
Oh no, it has spread the
Oh yeah,
virus.
that's just spread on there.
Heck
I just thought
no.
that's funny.
Okay, they're all gonna say some weird phrases in English, like the bear walks out of the asylum or some random stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't understand that approach. They give you like the most unnatural sentences.
Mhm.
It's like, what's the point?
I, th-
Um,
I think they just help you try to create sentences out of will. Cause that's my method. I use Google Translate and I let my mind go bizarre, so I can pretty much say like a giraffe eats a pen or something like that. I just at least I know the word, but the thing is
I mean,
I'm training it out of
a big one, right?
will.
Yeah.
But that means I have to know the individual words because I don't know the sentences. I just know the individual pieces, and hopefully it makes sense we put together. Because like my Mandarin grammar is still lacking sometimes. It's just that they understand, but they're just like, why are you saying it like that?
Also, you're saying like you say the right words, but you don't
The
say it like
grammar,
the grammar's not perfect, kind of.
exactly. It's not
I
perfect.
see.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, if you get your point across, right, that's the main thing in the
exactly.
end.
Like, do you think that was it called pitch accent is doesn't matter?
Good point. Yeah, I was gonna mention this as well. I think it's the nuance. Like, I think you can be at two extremes. So one extreme is like, um, you have no knowledge of it, and then you learn the language with your accent as the only reference.
Mm,
One way that could happen is like you don't get enough audio input, so you don't know what's correct, and then you build these bad habits from the start. That's one kind of extreme, and then the other extreme is like someone who's too conscious about it. Like they learn the theory behind pitch accent, and then it's really forced when they speak, kind of, if that makes sense.
no, that makes sense. Yeah, because mhm.
Yeah, you saying?
I guess technically you're relying on your listening knowledge to make sure that the pitch accent is as close as possible. Like you might not know what pitch accent is really until someone tells you pitch accent means there's like tones, like in Mandarin. I said, okay, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I know there's clips of Japanese people hearing foreigners say certain words and they're like, okay, he said it right, but it's funny.
Yeah, it's like harder to understand. I think that's the main function of pitch accent or pronunciation in Japanese. But in Mandarin, it's like tones are kind of
Everything, yeah.
it's either this word or this word with this tone, right?
Have you heard of like Michael and Ludwig who went the tip to tip series?
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
Because they pretty much butcher everything. Like okay, first before I ask this question, what is your opinion on listening compared to reading? Which is more important?
I would say both are important. So for me, I see listening as, I mean, it's more realistic in terms of understanding the real world because everything's done through verbal communication a lot more, and also just pronunciation, right? Like you need listening to actually pronounce properly, and
Yeah,
then reading for me is more just for like pure vocab acquisition. Like I see that as more efficient because with reading you can access a wider range of vocabulary as well. So both are important, I guess.
I guess you summed up literally my because I know a lot of people they do hyper focus on Anki because I know they learn a lot of words with
Mm,
Anki, but the listening is that okay. So do they use Anki for the listening practice? Because I know they would have phrases right, and they would replay the sound of the deck,
mm,
or do they eventually just shift to like content naturally? I don't know how an Anki user thinks naturally.
yeah.
Because you're an
I mean,
Anki
I guess
user.
look at my experience. Like I've realized this as well. So I just did a lot of Anki, which is very isolated. Like there's not much contextual information and nuance you get with the words you learn there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's basically no listening component or mean, you can add audio, but it's not the same as like actually listen to a natural conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So I was very focused on that kind of aspect, like Anki and reading. But then I've kind of shifted more to like a balance over time, which is just, what content I want to consume. So it's more holistic now.
Because my question is, because my entire stream is only me listening because I pretty much hit every vocab I think I can get. How much active listening do you do compared to passive listening to get to where you're at?
I think I've mainly done active listening. I mean, sometimes I do passive. I don't know, maybe if I watch an anime or something and I'm not like focused on learning. But I mean, passive seems really good for just getting a lot of volume. But I just haven't done it. But I probably should.
Because are you at the point
what's your thought?
Oh, sorry. You want me to answer that, or you want me to ask the next question? Your question.
Oh no, I was asking you, what's your opinion on
okay,
on passive versus active?
In my opinion, I just thought about this. I think I can make this claim. So if your language is in FSI 1 or 2, for example, Spanish all the way to like German, right? If you do passive, you can take advantage of it most just because there's so many cognates, because so many English words sound similar to what those languages are, like communication, transmission. Like they're very similar to Spanish and French, for example. Like you can do passive listening and get like at least whatever the amount they match, like 80%, great. You're pretty good. But if you were to tackle a language like Japanese or any within the FSI 3, like Indonesian or Vietnamese or Japanese, there's like a 0% cognation or any match between those languages and English. So the only thing you get out of passive listening is you can hear the sound more clearly and you can adapt to the speed. Because if you listen to so much, you can hear every sound when you hit a certain amount of hours. Do you think that makes sense for your case? You hear every sound? Well,
yeah. I wouldn't say it's like a black and white question. Like I don't hear 100% all the time because how do I say? I mean, people have different accents. For example, it might be like
so it's also
a
white
new
noise.
slang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's white noise. There could be like a group of people talking. Like I can't give 100%. I hear every single sound.
Like you just hear.
I agree with your sentiment though.
Like you can hear like the sounds like ta da, like very specific syllables and sounds. Like you just don't know what it means, but you can hear every sound.
Yeah, because I mean, some words, if you haven't seen a word before, especially if you hear it for the first time, you might not know. I mean, maybe if you know like kanji really well, you might be able to figure out what it means, but that's a lot harder to do with listening compared to reading. But then with at least hearing sounds, that's like something you build over time. Like as a beginner, you won't have that skill to pick up the sounds, which I mean makes sense, right?
Right. So when you first started, how long did it take you to learn hiragana and katakana? Was it quick?
I'm trying to think how I learned it. I think maybe like I don't know, a few days or something. Like pretty average. Like you could learn it in a day if you really wanted to like grind it out and then just space repetition for the next few weeks, but I wasn't in that try hard mode.
That's okay. It took me like months just because I did like the raw approach. Like I didn't do the individual. I pretty much just tried to match the letter to the words. Like, okay, this must be this, so this must be that. I, like, okay. I did the hard way, but that's different.
Yeah, you did like how a baby would learn, kind of. Or, I don't know, the most natural.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, you're right. But
yeah, because a baby doesn't do space repetition or like writes the hiragana to learn, right? They just know it.
I think like how the parents, they just point that this is da, something like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, and you just figure out. I guess another thing as well. So that's how you learn hiragana and katakana, which it's just a different method. And then with kanji, how have you learned that, or hanzi?
Oh, like you want from the Japanese perspective or Mandarin? Because I came into Japanese with the knowledge already. Just the pronunciation is different.
Okay. Yeah, I guess with kanji, sure, because I guess it's probably a little bit more difficult with all the different readings, right?
Yeah, I know there's so many different ways to say certain things, so I had to learn it on context because I just cared that okay, can I pronounce it in this context? Because I know the next context it might be pronounced four different ways, but I'll just take whatever
Mm,
I can for now and then deal with the problem
yeah.
later. But yours account for almost different cases. So I thought, okay, that's even more
Uh,
interesting.
I no, I do the same as you as well. So, um, well, when I did the kanji Anki deck, it was giving me like all the readings, all the English kind of definitions, which I think is not actually that useful because, as
Mhm.
you mentioned, like one word might use a certain reading of the kanji, and then the next one's completely different, and there's no pattern to kind of figure this out. It's all I don't know. You just have to know it for that word.
That's true. You do
So
have to eventually you'll see it anyways. If it's important, it will come up, right?
yeah, I mean, you just have to get a lot of input, lots of reading, and then you just get an intuitive understanding of like if I see this word and then I know these kanji, like what would the reading be? Like you just
Mhm.
instinctual.
Because when I did Mandarin, I pretty much abused Link as much as possible because there's so many ways to learn uh, Hanzi. I just say the
Yeah.
characters because I pretty
You,
much, if I were to care about the tones, it would slow me down. So I completely ignored the tones, and that speed up my process to learn the characters so much
yeah.
faster. Which I dealt with the tones later because I think
Okay.
you don't only need the tones to listen and read. You only need it when you have to hear another foreigner try to speak Mandarin to you because you have to know what tones he's trying to use. But if a native speaks it, then
Yeah.
you just know it. But are you ever planning to
Yeah.
are you ever planning to learn Mandarin, or are you just gonna keep going for Japanese as long as you can?
Yeah. I think maybe I mentioned to you already, I've kind of like dabbled a little bit in Mandarin. And so far, the whole purpose was just to like, yes, can I learn another language in my app from like zero basically and no textbooks? And I think it can work. I just need to put the time in.
Well, you do have the
Um,
reverse engineering of you have the Japanese kanji, you just don't know how it's
yes, that
pronounced.
yeah, that is kind of a cheat code as well. Like, I was doing karaoke one time with some friends, and then they were doing a Chinese song. Like, I can't sing it, but
I
then
can't
I was
either.
singing the lyrics, and I could kind of I was like, hey, I can understand what the theme is, and then I don't even know the language. I thought that was yeah,
I can't do
cheat code.
karaoke. No way. The way they do is a lot more crazy. But if you were to
Yeah.
learn Mandarin, do you think that your application can be enough? Is it is it
I mean, I
enough?
can't say for certain because I've only just started, but like at least from what I've done a few hours studying it so far, and I
Hmm.
think it's more like basically the framework or the formula is like you find as a beginner with zero words, you find the most basic content possible, and you learn some words. Like you're kind of bootstrapping with like 100 words, for example, that you learn through this. And you might listen to that content like a few times to really ingrain those words. And
Hmm.
then you find the next content, which is like, I don't know, 150. And you just keep building. Like once you get to that point, it's just you've bootstrapped and then you just go, I guess.
That's true because in Mandarin, one character can give you five more characters or five more combination of words that you can recycle
Mm.
them. But Japanese, you can't
It's
really.
like a snowball effect, right?
Yeah, it's dividends in the stock world or snowball effect, sure. But I know, like
Exactly.
in Mandarin, in Japanese, you can't just recycle characters because they're all pronounced differently, right?
Yeah, I don't think the snowball effect is as big with kanji, but there is still that snowball effect to some aspect. Like you might not be able to confirm exactly what the reading is, but you can use your kanji knowledge to learn new words.
That's
Um,
true.
because if you know what like two kanji mean and the word is two kanji, you can figure out the meaning. So there's that aspect, I guess, of the
Yeah,
snowball.
because will you be learning the traditional Mandarin or like the traditional characters or the simplified? Because Japanese is
Hmm.
all traditional.
Yeah, probably just the simplified because I heard that's like the most common. It's like what mainland China uses. But I don't know, what's your thought? What's is it a good choice or
Are we gonna flip the script now? You want to talk with me about Mandarin?
oh I mean you've asked me a lot of questions. I'm also because I'm interested to learn Mandarin?
Oh,
I'd
sure.
be curious to hear.
Yeah, you can ask me questions from here if you want, but I would say simplify is more common if you want to go to China, but in Australia and United States and Canada, they all mostly use simplified. But
Yeah,
you meet a Hong Kong speaker, they use traditional. That's literally about it. But
I see.
if you're big on Taiwan, like the real thing is, are you big on Taiwan or China? You choose one side and then you just learn whatever the
Mm,
text. Because like I can't read everything that in Taipei, for example, in Taiwan, I can't read everything because I haven't seen those characters. It looks pretty scary, but it's technically beautiful. But you ever go to
yeah.
mainland China, then just learn simplify, and because it's more commonly used. But for books, traditional is more common because all the mainland books are in
Mm.
mainland for a reason.
Oh, so wait, the mainland books, you're saying they're in traditional, even though people speak in or use simplified?
Sorry, I mean, if you in our countries like Australia, United States, most of them use traditional text because all the books from China they just usually stay there. Like you might see some books using the simplified script, but not as much
Mm.
as traditional because traditional is
Oh,
everywhere. Yeah, exactly.
interesting. Wait, I thought simplified is like the more ubiquitous scripts now. Like if you see a news article on the web, it will be in simplified,
It
or is that
is,
not
yeah, yeah. If it's more physical, traditional, if it's more electronic and digital,
interesting?
it's simplified. If you want to learn the language faster, I recommend simplified. That's what I would say.
Mm. And
Traditional's
I guess it's
harder.
just like you have 1 billion plus people that use simplified,
Yeah, in a
right?
nutshell. If you throw traditional at them, they might get it like 70% chance of understanding at best, probably.
Mm.
Unless they're from Hong Kong.
Yeah. Um, is it possible to learn both at the same time, or
You see my
is it too
streams.
much?
You see my streams.
Oh, because you do Cantonese as well, right?
Yeah, I do 10 at the same
Yeah.
time. So because
Jeez.
the thing is it all depends on your efficiency. Because if your efficiency is so good, then you can do as much as you want, or you just go all in on one. For your case, you can do both, but you're in Japan, so you might as well just enjoy and learn Japanese until you're back.
Yeah, that's my current mindset. Like, I'm not gonna focus on other languages at the moment because if I just focus all on Japanese, my experience will be better because of that. So
So
maybe
from
once I get back.
from here out, are you just going to continue going further beyond for Japanese? Because you said you need to go past N1 to really experience the full power of
Mm.
Japan, or you think this is
Um,
enough?
yeah, so yeah, as I mentioned before, like above N1 is if you're living in Japan. But because I mentioned earlier, I'm not planning to live here like for decades or the rest of my life.
Hmm.
Getting to that level is not as important. I think for me, my kind of like goal or like the limit or level I'll stop at is when I can understand the content I want to consume, like 100% or 99%, for example. Um, yeah,
Mhm.
that's basically
I
my goal.
I think that's what most people don't realize that they want to master it, but in reality, they just want to understand what they're listening to. Because like you might not get into the
Yeah.
politics or like the science of things, but as
Mm.
long as you can turn on the TV and you can understand like the comedy shows, like okay, I'm happy, right? That's all you really need.
Yeah, because like I'm not going to be listening to politics when I'm living in Australia, like Japanese politics. Like that's not something that concerns me because I'm not living in Japan,
I
for
know some
example.
I know some people try to do that just to show that they know the language that well, but
Yeah. I
just
don't know.
above intermediate, like you can understand if you were to sit down with some Japanese person and they throw any topic at you out of context, you could probably understand. I think that's a win-win.
Yeah. I mean, of course, there's going to be like really niche topics. Like even in English, right? Someone could talk to you about like medicine, and I might not understand it, what they mean. So, I mean, there's always going to be that in any language,
I always
like a
thought,
new domain.
yeah, domain expansion.
Yeah.
I have another good question that no one ever talks about. When someone walks up to you and asks you a random question, do you think questions are like the hardest part of the language because they can ask you any question out of context?
Interesting.
I struggle with questions. Like they can ask you any question. Like someone comes up to you, asks a question. is I had experience when I was in a market, like a supermarket. Some guy just asking me a question. I didn't know what it was until after he left. I said, "Oh, he's asking how tall I was." But even the simplest question, I struggle. But it took me like after the first time and second time, got it. I just haven't heard it in real life before. I don't know about the type of questions that you get.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably, I mean, questions, they're also limited in like what they can say because a question is always like a short, like one sentence. So I don't see it as like the hardest thing in the language. Like the hardest thing is probably if they talk to you in a full-on dialogue about something you don't know. But I can also agree that like if you haven't heard it before, that's kind of natural. But it's
Yeah.
also a learning experience, so I don't see it in a bad way.
I don't think anyone ever talks about that in the community, that if you never heard it before, you're not going to understand it.
Yeah, like you don't need to understand everything the first time because no one does. Like, but everyone has the kind of mindset that they have to be perfect or something, which I don't. No, I'm not saying everyone, but it's possible to have that mindset. Yeah.
You ever have the moment that you're talking to someone and it's awkward, and then you just like, okay, I want to get out because I don't know what to say because I don't understand this guy. It gets awkward.
Are you saying like you don't understand the vocabulary they're saying, or like
Yeah, so
they're
basically,
just talking wacko nonsense?
your listening comprehension wasn't enough in a certain case that you didn't understand them fully, and that you just don't want to be that guy who says, "Can you say that again?" Or "What did you say?" You usually just say, okay, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah." See,
um,
at what time did
so
you
far,
go on?
what time?
I was gonna say, at what point did your listening comprehension failed you, and what did you do to get out, solve it?
Well, I don't think I've ever walked away from a conversation like that.
Of course, yeah.
Just for politeness, but I mean, sometimes I guess one example more concretely, like I was at the city hall a few months ago, and then the first time I went there, the person was more understanding, like they spoke more slowly, maybe, or they understood that maybe I don't know all these tax related vocabulary,
Because they see
which
your
makes sense as
face.
a foreigner. Yeah, but then that was so they understood. But then the second time, someone like they spoke to me like I was a full-on native. Like they were really fast, like faster than I've ever heard before. Um, and in those cases, like I mean, I just ask like, can you repeat what you said, or I didn't understand this part.
Oh god.
But nothing like where they need to pull out Google Translate. It's not to that extent. It's just like,
Yeah, of course. You can't do it in the will because, in my opinion, because I look like them technically, so they pretty much all out native speaker level at me right away, and I can't just say I don't understand what you're saying or can you say it again, because after that they switch to English, but that hurts my ego a little bit. Thinking, okay, now I don't.
oh
I
yeah.
need to fix this somehow. Do I? Because usually people like give up or they feel embarrassed. Like that's how I was. I was embarrassed. I don't understand what he's saying. So that's literally my entire channel. I'm so focused on listening comprehension. Just let me be perfect at so I can focus on everything and then speak whenever. But what? Yeah. Do you think that a person should actively try to learn how to speak in general, or should they just focus on listening and reading? Because how often you're gonna really speak to someone?
I mean, I think speaking is just important anyways, just because you need a way to output. I mean, you could say like it depends on the person's goals. So if they know they're never going to have to speak to someone, like they're locked in their country or something, and they're never going to go to Japan, sure, I guess if they're just going to listen and read. But then I guess in terms of speaking, some things I've done. I mean, living in Japan, I think that's probably the best thing you can do because you're forced to speak. You just can't avoid it to live here. Also shadowing. So if I'm
Oh.
reading, I usually kind of vocalize the words, which I think helps with like, just getting my mouth used to the actual sounds, like producing, because you might be able to like, I think some people say like, okay, you're going to listen for 5,000 hours and then all of a sudden you can speak like a native. Like, I think it's more nuanced. Like you need to have some, practice that actual skill as well. Yeah.
How much
And that's kind of
shadowing
mine.
have you done personally for Japanese?
Um, I've done, maybe I'm actually mixing up the terms. So shadowing,
Your
shadowing
audio
is.
match in real time.
Oh, okay. So okay, maybe I'm mixing that up actually. Maybe I'm just what I was thinking about was vocalizing what I'm reading, which is probably not as effective for the speaking. I think shadowing is probably just better because you're kind of reproducing exactly what they're saying in real time. But in terms of that, yeah, a little bit, but not like a crazy amount. The other thing I was going to mention, because I had speaking lessons as well. That might have been like the main
Teacher.
Yeah, a teacher who can like, especially when you're a beginner and you don't want to form bad habits, like they can kind of steer you the right way so you don't have unnatural Japanese.
What's the term you tried to describe
Yeah.
before? Just speaking out loud
Oh yeah,
to
like
text, reading out loud.
vocalizing.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think that's mainly just to get the mouth or like this get that part trained.
Yeah, produce the
Um
get the muscle working and such. I agree with it
yeah.
because I always have this idea because someone asked me, when are you ever going to speak the other 9 languages? Okay, I just told myself I would, if I were to focus on one language, I would do like all listenings and then I would do on the side shadowing, like starting from day one. But I don't
That's a
do the
good idea.
shadowing just because that requires a lot of time because I have like 9 language babies. So there's no way I can. I would probably
Man,
focus.
language babies.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Mike thought I had 10 kids. Like I don't know if you've seen that clip, but he thought I had 10 kids. He was laughing his butt off. Oh, he was
What,
actually more shocked.
did one baby die or something?
Oh, I hope not. But I just
Because
include
you said 10 and then now there's 9. What happened to the one?
English. I include English in there. Get the
Oh, okay,
clickbaited.
yeah, I'm gonna add more.
Exactly. But I think you do need the shadowing. I just don't do it now because it requires more time. I thought, what is the opportunity cost of me doing shadowing compared to if I just focus on listening? Because I just reach so many parts that I encounter native speaker, they speak to me, I don't understand. I feel embarrassed, and now I just like, okay, now I need to really, really listen more because I pretty much encounter a
Okay.
lot of situations now.
Yeah, it's like listening is kind of like the first thing you need before you can actually reply to someone, right? If you can't understand what they're saying, you can't reply coherently.
Yeah, because
Is that kind of what you're saying?
exactly. I have this analogy. I don't know if you ever passed or heard of it. I always call it the castle theory. And this castle theory is that each word that you can read is like a brick, and then the brick is just sitting there. But when you start listening, the bricks are being constructed. Because, for example,
Yeah.
if you arrive in like Lord of the Rings, you're in front of Minas Tirith, and you're like Gandalf, for example. You're just one man against Minas Tirith. So you need like the words to produce the bricks, and then you listen to create your own castle. But what the words you can listen and understand from listening is the soldiers that defend the castle. So that's just like the defensive part. So I think of it as the defensive
defense mechanism.
and then the attack. So the attack is, for example, the words you can speak out of will is how many soldiers you have. Like the shadowing is like how polished or how much you can upgrade the weapon of each soldier,
like
like
the
that.
bombs or something.
Exactly. And then eventually, like you can attack Minas Tirith, but that is one native speaker, and that person is always going to beat you. So you have to tackle it in certain ways. Because I think I claimed that an average person, for example, can initiate the conversation, and the parameters are now on your ball field. Like you can say, "I'm new here. Where's the bathroom?" So now the words have reduced to bathroom words. For example, like you can control the situation.
Yeah.
So I think that's what
you're mentioning before with the questions. Like, if they give you a question, you can't control it as much. Like they're opening with their like attack, for example.
Yeah, because it's like Minas Tirith starting to attack, and I thought, okay, my base is literally like a little fort against that. So how am I supposed to survive that army? So that's just how I thought that I need to make the most perfect castle as much as possible, and if they attack me, I better be ready. But that's just my castle theory. It's like in a framework, but it's probably not that important for you. It's just how I would describe it.
No, I mean I agree with that sentiment. Like maybe I don't think my listening has to be like thousands of hours before I speak. Like I think both
just
can
enough.
kind of
Exactly.
improve. Yeah, like you can't, if you're like 0 words and you try to do both at the same time, that's not going to work. Like maybe the listening has to be a little bit, and then you can kind of be like that.
Is there a ratio for listening and speaking for you? Like which level should be as higher? I'm guessing you want your listening to be better than your speaking, but how much better do you want it to be?
Oh,
Good question, huh?
how much? I mean, I don't have like a goal of like how good my listening should be to speaking, but I know it's always going to be better because you have passive versus active
Active.
vocabulary. So I mean, I don't try to strive for a certain amount, but I just know that's always going to be the case. Like even in English.
Oh yeah, exactly. Because I always talk about that. I've created this little theory called the passive listening. Like how many words do you know listening? You can't see because it's a whole separate realm. It's subconscious, but you can know how much you read, right? So that's just ranting on the side.
Yeah.
Not that important.
Yeah.
I actually create a physical theory and like formulas with numbers. I don't know if I can prove it though, so it's impossible.
Physical theory? What do you mean?
I actually wrote like a document on Google Docs about I create a formula, how many words depending on your level that you need, like how many hours, how many so-called words that you might know when you listen compared to like like you can read 1,000 words, but like there's also a separate vocabulary for listening because you can't see it, but your ears can hear it, but your eyes can't see what you're hearing. It makes no sense because for your case, you might know 8,000 words for listening because you can understand virtually almost everything. See, but you don't know how you got there and you don't know what's the number. So now I'm trying to figure out, can I actually quantify that number? So that's
so passive vocabulary, you mean?
Yeah, because you're entering a realm of the subconscious. It's like a whole different realm, but I'm just renting.
Interesting.
Cool, right?
How do you figure that out though? Like,
is
there a formula or something?
I did, but it'll probably scare you. You're thinking this guy actually spent the time.
It's scaring me all now.
I can show
Can you
it.
explain it in like a few sentences, or is it like a whole like thesis paper or something?
Don't know. I just typed it in everything, but let me see.
Yeah. While you're bringing that up, I just gotta be right back.
Bathroom.
Yeah.
I should use it too. All right, well, quick bathroom break. If there's anyone ask a question for him, then feel free to ask, or else I'm not sure how long this stream would go on for. Feel free to ask your questions. Welcome back.
I'm back.
All right. Maybe we could do like another 15 to 20 minutes just because it's already almost 2 hours.
Yeah. The time passes by quickly.
Because you have to go throughout your day too, right? Or what's your plans for
Yeah,
today?
it's lunchtime, same for me. So yeah, we'll do another
Okay.
15 minutes or so. Yeah, I
So
was just checking if I've got any more questions as well.
so you
I
have,
guess
because I know you want to ask me some questions about med. Is there any questions
yeah,
that you want to know that I probably haven't mentioned before?
about Mandarin specifically, or like anything.
Anything in your anything. I won't
I
be
guess
useful.
maybe
Mhm.
I'm curious to hear like why do you learn languages? Like,
Oh,
is it for the process or like to understand certain forms of media?
I think that's when I first started with one language. Once you reach like a certain level, you either go one or two routes, like an average person, because people don't get this
Mm,
far, maybe like 10% or less. So you either become very addicted to this language and you're satisfied, or you become a
mm,
polyglot. So because
yeah.
the process is too addicting, because once you get one, you want more. So I just happened to
Mm,
go on this path, because I don't know, you ever heard of, there's a philosophy from Plato's, because you mentioned philosophy, that you either
mm.
marry a good wife or you become a philosopher. And then
Makes sense.
yeah, so I literally chose, I'm satisfied with this one language or become a polyglot. But I think I learned all this just because I can connect with more people, because after I hit Taiwan and Vietnam, for example,
Mm,
and I thought if I can access these guys, I can go to the other countries and make friends too. Because I'm more extrovert, I can
mm.
walk up to someone randomly, but that's just me.
Oh, okay.
I want to be able to do that in
Yeah.
Japan though, because that's a disadvantage. I think I'm just happy to go to Japan, go to like the rural areas, and talk to some random old guy
Mm,
at an onsen, drink tea,
yeah.
and call it a day.
Oji-san.
Exactly. But, like, I'm very
Yeah.
basic. I don't watch anime or manga, read manga that much. So someone thought I was the 1%,
Mm,
1%, because usually you learn Japanese for manga and anime, right? But technically, there's a lot of things about Japan, right? There's a culture, there's festivals,
yeah.
there's a guys wearing suits at like super hot weather. Yeah,
Yep. That's definitely a reason to learn Japanese.
exactly.
Yeah.
And
Have you visited Japan yet? Like, have you been able to use
mm,
your Japanese?
not at all. I'm actually I might
Oh,
learn and claim I know how to read and I'm still listening, but I don't have the
yeah.
confidence to start speaking because I'm technically N6.
N6. But you said you don't you. What's your link? Known words though.
That's for
Because it's probably pretty good,
reading.
right?
That's reading. See, because I still categorize the three. So there's vocabulary for reading, there's vocabulary for listening, and there's vocabulary for speaking. So my reading might be
Okay.
up there, but my listening might be like N3, N4, maybe. But then my speaking is virtually not
Okay.
non-existent. So I don't consider it one category, just because
Mm,
if I consider all at once, I'll be like N5 probably, just because I never spoke. Because I just told myself I have this haunting moment that I would be afraid if I don't understand what they're saying. So I need to listen and learn as much as I can. And if I encounter someone, I'll speak. But in the future
I
for
see.
Japan, I would go to Japan one day. But I wish I can go to the not the most popular ones, Osaka, Kyoto, and Tokyo.
Mm,
Maybe like Nagasaki or something. Anything that is like non English speaking, because that's like where the real culture is, my opinion.
yeah, like deep in the mountains, like in a countryside village or something.
Yeah, because I think I reached the point that I'm trying to achieve spiritual peace. That okay, because when you hit
Mm,
Mandarin to a high level, you're just thinking, oh my god, this culture. There's so much to this culture. Because when I first
the
started,
depth, yeah.
my motivation was girls, and then like this was the first year because that got me started because I gave up so many times, and then the second year was
Mm,
people, and then the third year was culture, and then the fourth year I just thought, okay, I have it now. I'm bored, so I had to figure out, and
new
now
reason, kind of.
yeah, because I always say that we always have to chase something or else we're bored. No, there's always going to be
Mm,
either satisfied or you keep going probably. So I just happen to have an
yeah,
addiction. So you probably see my stream, how many hours I stream, because
yeah,
I have so much time now. But if I start working, I probably do like 2 hours max. But it just happens what I can do now. But I do have the addiction. Like I could go 12, 24 hours if I really want to, just because I do need to have a life for my health.
Sleep deprived.
Yeah, there's actually a guy named Crab, something like Shalma mentioned. He speaks 64 languages and stuff, but he virtually never sleeps. And he died because he literally sleep deprived.
Oh, jeez. From like learning so many languages.
Yeah, that's literally he was like butt naked everywhere in the house and studying, and then his that's what he quoted in his Wikipedia because he died like that because he just probably didn't sleep enough and his brain was so addicted.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I would say
It's like it became a drug or something.
exactly. So I reached the point that I'm a druggie and I can't escape.
The drug.
Yeah,
Is it just like you see words as like, something new you can acquire? It's
it's
like I
like
want to acquire like all the information
it's
or something.
gamification,
Yeah.
but
With
but
Link specifically, or just watching YouTube with your
oh,
current workflow?
I think Link is it gives you the minimum dopamine, but when you start understanding what you're hearing, that's where the real unlimited cycle of
Uh,
dopamine kicks in. It's also fun too because if I visit a country, I can talk with someone. I think I can have more fun because talking is the goal, and like
yeah.
there's the my spiritual part. I want to learn about the world and like Thanos.
Cultures, yeah.
I want all the infinity
Yeah.
stones, and then
You feel like 10 stones on your knuckles at the moment or whatever.
yeah, exactly. That okay, that's like a
Yeah.
good goal. But after that, I just okay. I think I'm cool. I don't think I can go beyond that because now the problem is just time. Because you might like if I get married and stuff, I have no time. Like I had to pretty
I
much
see.
sacrifice. So for now, I'm just enjoying the
Unless
youth.
you're that guy you mentioned, the guy who doesn't sleep at all.
Yeah, he doesn't sleep. He's married, but I don't know how his wife deal with it.
Jeez.
That's his job. He was a diplomat because he was so he was so fluent in Mandarin. He actually met the Empress of China. Like you ever read his dialogue? It's Wikipedia. He was that good. So it's inspiring, but at what
That's
cost?
like the 0.00001% of learners, kind of.
Yeah, he did like back in the day with ancient scrolls and stuff. So how on earth?
Jeez, without technology or anything, that's crazy.
I know, but
Yeah.
that's I learned just because it's fun and it's addicting. But if I have plans, I would just stop doing it and then go out and come back home because all my free time is literally doing this at the moment. Yeah,
I see. So if you have like another hobby that comes up, or like, I don't know, a new job or anything,
yeah. I'll pretty much just
it would shift.
slow down, or I'll just eliminate few and focus on the ones that matter. Right.
Which would those be? What
Oh, it probably just.
hobbies?
I think of 6. Like for example, like I have to keep English. I have no choice,
Of
and then
course.
Mandarin, and then Cantonese because my partner's family only speak Cantonese. So I have to. That's all I'm focusing now is that one mostly, and then
Yep.
Vietnamese. That's my origin, and then so from here on, I'm thinking, okay, should I just do the Asian languages, Korean, Japanese for the fun of it, or just Spanish and French so I can access Europe? See, that's like a whole debate. But
Oh, yeah, it's like breadth versus depth, I guess.
exactly, because I only need 10 minutes per language. So if I could fit like 7 in the 1 hour, I'm like, okay, I'm good. Minimum requirement done. Leave me alone. But I think,
Jeez.
yeah, but the extras, like the number 10, number 9, I probably don't need. I just throw it away.
Just for fun, kind of like.
Yeah, it's for
there's
fun.
less connection or like motivation.
Yeah, I put Portuguese and Italian in there, but they're actually like virtually. I don't really need it, but it's just fun because I can virtually understand most things already.
Yeah, another Infinity Stone.
Exactly, it's fun. But for you were planning on learning Korean because I know Korean's in part of your atlas.
Yeah, I've learned Hangul before, and I've kind of relearned a little bit recently. I don't have as many like reason or motivation compared to Japanese, of course. I mean, like in terms of other languages, there's a few. Like I'm European heritage, so I want to learn French.
Are you French, or what is your family ethnicity?
Ethnicity? Belgian French, kind of.
Oh,
it's all over the place. I mean, that's how it is in Europe, right?
You hear this, Neil? He's also Belgian, Europe, Belgian French. All right, go on. Sorry, comment section.
Yeah, French, because I mean, as it's kind of like with you with Vietnamese, for example, like being able to speak, I don't know, with extended family, for example.
Is your origin so? what is your end goal for because people don't really ask this. What is your end goal for language learning? It's very far away.
Well, I wouldn't. I guess for you, for example, you just learn the languages
That
for
matter.
that aspect of it, but yeah. But for me, I don't learn. Like, I'm not trying to collect infinity stones, but it's more like if I have a reason to learn that language. But I mean, also, I think it's maybe like half reason and like enjoying the
Usefulness.
process.
Okay. Is there anything in there for usefulness?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, usefulness, you could say like speaking to extended family. I don't know if that's considered.
Yeah. Speaking to people in general is pretty useful.
Yeah. I mean, depends what you define as, if it's valuable to you, I guess that's useful, right?
Can
like
you
for me,
use
if I can
it?
understand. Yeah, use it. I guess that's. I mean, if you plan to speak it, I guess that's valid motivation. Yeah, it just depends on the person, I guess. There's no like ultimate reason.
So Mandarin is in there because you think you will use it eventually.
Yeah, Mandarin is interesting. Like, I don't know yet what the full reasons would be to learn it, but there's just like a little bit of interest. I mean, one, of course, knowing kanji, I'd say, okay, this language is going to be a little bit easier than if I hadn't known kanji. And just the culture, I don't know much about it, but maybe there's like something interesting there. Given it's like many thousands of years old.
You visit Taiwan? Oh god, you're in for a treat, man. Yeah, honestly,
I've never been, but yeah, I want to
go. What part of do you want to visit, Taiwan or China?
I mean, both. I mean, more countries the merrier.
Prioritize one. It's okay. CPP isn't watching.
In terms of, because it's simplified versus traditional, you mean?
Like, where do you just want to go based on what you know about both countries? If you had to choose,
I can't really choose yet because I don't know enough to make a decision on that.
No worries, because
one of them, yeah.
Because generally that Mandarin is used everywhere, so isn't that a good reason to learn it?
Yeah, that as well. Like, I mean, I think English might have more speakers. I don't know what the stats were, but like Mandarin is like
most speakers, and then
is it the most? It's like 1 billion.
The population that are born in that speaking country, like native language is Mandarin. I mean,
but in terms of people that can speak it across the world,
most native speakers, most native speakers.
But in terms of most speakers,
native.
Yeah, but in terms of like, if you want to go to a random country,
English. Lingua franca.
Yeah, but there's like no. I mean, we're native speakers in English, so
that's true.
Can't do much about it.
Yeah. You can visit literally almost every country, but
and get by for some extent.
Just know that when you go to Taiwan, English is sort of used, but in my experience, no one really speaks English, in my opinion. But
take the backup, kind of like Japan is.
Yeah, I think Japan is more like China, that literally you need the language to survive. Okay, because the younger kids know English, but you speak to an average old person or average like 30 or above, you have no, because the Michael and Ludwig series, I think I forgot to mention it by bringing it back.
You mentioned it before, yeah.
They only speak Mandarin. That they tried English a little bit, but they pretty much completely failed for most parts. They pretty much butcher some words, and you think you want what? So
it's their own. They created this own dialect or something.
Exactly.
That only those two can understand.
Yeah, they pretty much said some word. Michael uses this phrase, "We are two white men visiting China," and then the guy's like, "Okay, you said it wrong, but okay." So and then they went to a jewelry store. It's funny. They said to these girls, like the worker, they said, "We are just two white guys who are visiting," and then they asked him in Chinese, "How long are you going to stay here?" And he said, "I don't understand what you're saying." So that's why I'm like, okay, I cannot be like this guy and just go to the country and just not understand what they're saying. Or
yeah, is it like the embarrassment or what? I don't know.
Yeah, it's the embarrassment. Yeah, but for me, like, I think it's like an honor thing, because if I look Asian and I try to go there and if I speak Mandarin and I don't understand what they're saying, it's super awkward. Like, okay, why do you start with Mandarin then?
But if you're like completely different looking, they'll kind of accept it. Like, okay, they're not. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes we all look the same, so some of them can't even tell the difference, depending. But So right now, your only languages that you have in your mind is just Japanese and barely in Mandarin, but it's just based on what you're feeling now.
It's just an initial interest. Like I'm not gonna pursue it right now, given I'm living in Japan. It's just one language for the future potentially.
Okay. Well, you ever have future plans? Make sure you update your app.
Or I mean, there is already Chinese, so I'll just use that immediately if that's the case.
I think you'll learn
Mandarin. Or even if there's other languages.
I think you'll do really well in Mandarin, in my opinion, because you already have the foundation from Japanese.
It's like why Chinese native is good at Japanese, or like also Korean. Korean speakers, I think, are like the fastest learners most of the time with Japanese because they know the grammar.
The grammar, because the biggest barrier in the long term is the grammar system. Inevitably, like the vocabulary could be there, but if you're not used to the grammar system, you're just like, okay, dang, that's hard.
Yeah. And the sentence structure, I think it's like nearly identical, Japanese and Korean. That's what I've heard, but I mean, is that true? I don't know.
No, it is true. Yeah, all the Koreans that learn Japanese, they learn extremely fast, but Mandarin, they literally don't go the Mandarin route as often. Nobody goes throughout the Mandarin route as often.
Yeah. It's all like that group. It's like why like English, French, I mean Spanish and German, they're kind of
similar,
in that group.
Yeah, except the German's like backwards sometimes. You ever heard German? Like sometimes the verbs at the end. The grammar system's weird. That's all I know about it. I don't know German.
Which is the most similar to English? Like
probably Spanish.
That's the easiest, right? I mean, that's what I've heard.
The most similar for grammar. My opinion, I would say that Mandarin is actually it's easier. It's like an easier dumbed down version of English grammar. Like Chinese grammar is like the easiest if you get to that point, because the only hard part is just learn the characters and tones. Like that's it. Beyond that, you'd think, wow, this language is easy.
Okay.
Because if you ever snowboard or ski, technically, which one was okay? Which one was the one that you start? It's hard and it gets easier later. Was it snowboarding or was it skiing? It's like easy to learn but hard to master. I think it was snowboarding.
Maybe snowboard.
Yeah. So basically, Mandarin it's hard to learn, but it's easy to master.
I see.
Yeah, because when you're there, everything you just plug it into English. It's a fairly any adjustment, so you just have to get there first.
Yep. And also the snowball effect with Hanzi, like
the characters.
Exactly. It's really hard in the beginning. I mean, if you've done Japanese with kanji, maybe it's a good head start. But then once you know those, it's like you're saying it's easier to master.
Exactly. That's literally all it is. But all right, I'll let you go. Okay. I know you had a long day, long talk, but thank you, Strive, for your time.
Yeah, it was great discussion. Yeah.
I hope we can do another part 2, depending on what we want to talk about.
We'll see. Yeah, it'll be good to talk more.
All right. Take care, man. Have a good day.
See you later. Bye.
All right. Thank you, everyone. That'll be it for the stream today. Hope you guys enjoyed the talk, and take care now.